Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This is Mike McCurdy. Today I want to go over two cameras that everyone is talking about now in the vlogging community, and that is the iPhone 12 Pro Max, looking good, huh? And another camera that you may not have heard of that I use all the time, the Sony ZV-1. So today we're going to take both these cameras out. We're going to get some great footage. We're going to let you guys decide in the comments below which footage you like the best, and then let me know which one you think came out the winner. Love to hear your comments. Let's get going. Hey, it's Mike McCurdy, and today I want to do something a little different. I want to talk about cameras. Right now I'm actually shooting on the Sony ZV-1. I use this as my vlogging camera. I mean, that's what the camera is made for, but I also have higher end cameras. Obviously I got the A7R4, I've got the 3, I've got an A6500. I use them as well, but lately the ZV-1 has been the camera of my choice for anything when it comes to vlogging. But lately everyone's been talking about another camera that pretty much everyone carries in their pockets these days, and that is the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So if you're into vlogging or taking photos, or if you just simply want to do some short videos, would you be using the ZV-1, or would you be using what's in your hand all the time, your phone? So let's take some shots and let's see which one actually looks better or the same. Let's go find out. So now I switched over to the iPhone 12 Pro Max. As you can see, it's got a nice wide angle field here. I think you can see everything around me, and it's not too bad considering I'm walking with it. So we're kind of getting a little bit of stabilization built into the camera as well. The only thing odd is the way I'm holding it. It just feels kind of awkward. I can't see myself at all, and that's one of my first things that I'm thinking about. I like to see kind of how I'm framed in the photos or the video, so this makes it a little bit tougher. Obviously, I can switch it over to the front-facing camera, but the quality is just not quite as good as what you're seeing here. So tell me, what do you think? Got a lot of dark areas behind me. It is kind of a rainy day. Also, check out the audio. I'm actually using the audio native to this camera, as well as I'm using the audio native to the ZV-1. So, what do you think? So here we go with the Sony ZV-1. Again, same shot. You can kind of see behind me, see what it looks like. So which one looks better? Which one sounds better? You can kind of see around me a little bit. Don't have any stabilization turned on. So you can kind of see what am I picking up behind me. What do you think? So we got an actual blurry background now off the ZV-1. That's something the ZV-1's able to do. It's kind of a cool feature, and by the way, it's using not computational photography or videography, it's doing it right out of the lens. So we're getting a more natural looking blurring instead of sometimes that fakey looking blur that the iPhones can produce. What do you think? It's kind of a nice little effect. Gives me, kind of separates me from the background. And again, this is something that the Sony ZV-1 can do right out of the camera. Another cool thing that the Sony ZV-1 has is a thing called product showcase. So typically cameras will focus on the human actually talking to it, and we'll keep it nice and sharp on our face and our eyes. But what if I want to actually show something to my audience and I don't want it focusing on my eyes? Well, this is where the product showcase kicks in, and it will get a nice sharp picture and not really focus on me. It's going to focus on the product. Want to take it away? Back on me. Really cool feature that's built into the Sony ZV-1. So both cameras have 4K 30 and 4K 24 frames per second. They both will shoot obviously at 1080p at higher speeds as well. Obviously HDR on the iPhone 12 Pro Max is in its infancy, I should say, on the phone, in that it's not compatible on every phone or platform available yet. Doesn't mean it won't be in the future. To get your footage to actually work on every platform out there from the iPhone 12 Pro Max is you have to actually go into the formats of the camera and select it over to most compatible, and that makes it pretty much compatible on every platform out there. So some of the great features such as the HDR and some of the new compression modes that they have just simply won't work on every platform yet. It will soon, but just another little thing to let you know. Right now, I found this out the hard way. Adobe Rush will not take footage taken from the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Just simply won't take it in its native format. You have to go into the formats and set it to most compatible, and boom, it works. So some of those higher end features right now are just not available in Adobe. I'm sure there will be soon. So now that you've seen some of the videos on both of these cameras or phones, let's take this over to cameras and let's see what the photo quality is on both of these. Obviously it's kind of a gray day out here, but let's take a couple of shots and see what you think. I'm not going to tell you which photo came from which camera, but I will show at the very ending which one's which. See which shots you like the most. So let's go back to my studio now. We'll take these cameras and put them underneath some studio lights. Right now, our lighting out here is not perfect. It's kind of a gray overcast day. It's great to show off some of the dynamic range of both these cameras. But let's go back in the studio, shoot some film there, and let's see which one looks better. So I'm now holding the iPhone 12 Pro Max at about the exact same height as the Sony a7R IV, which I'm actually filming this entire video on. It's sitting right behind the iPhone. But this gives you an idea of what this camera can pull off with these studio lights. I'm also using the audio directly off the iPhone 12 Pro Max. What do you think? So now I pulled out the Sony ZV-1. I'm hand holding this without any stabilization. It's a little bit shaky, but it's not too bad. But this gives you an idea of what this footage looks like directly out of camera. Also notice I'm using the audio directly from the Sony ZV-1. So how's this compared to the iPhone 12 Pro Max? What do you think? Cameras, I think, do a good job. When it comes to form factor, I will say this. I'm not a huge fan of the form factor of this camera for video. For photos, it's great, but for video. The reason being is sometimes I want to see myself in the video and I want to compose that shot. Obviously, I can do it with the forward-facing camera, but let's face it, the forward-facing camera is garbage compared to the cameras on the back. So if I really want high-quality footage, I'm filming everything like this. So I don't know if I'm in the shot, I don't know exactly where I am, and it just doesn't quite feel right. On the other hand, the Sony ZV-1 has something up its sleeve that makes this perfect for vlogging. What is that? What? We've got a flip screen. So yes, the flip screen allows me to actually flip this camera around, and now I can actually take a shot and I can focus and compose where I am in that shot before I ever pull the trigger for the video. It's pretty cool. So to me, the Sony ZV-1 stands out when it comes to form factor. Mainly it's more of a camera. I can actually compose a shot before I ever video it. Obviously for photography, they're both great because I'm pointing the camera away from me and I can take those shots. But for video, I think the ZV-1 wins hands down. So when it comes to lenses though, the Sony ZV-1 is a little bit too tight for me. You have to push it out there quite a ways to get the shot you want, mainly because the lens is just a little bit too cropped in and tight on your face. We don't have a wide angle lens on this camera, so you don't get those wide angle shots that show me in the camera with a bunch of stuff around me. So that's where the iPhone 12 Pro Max comes in, because we have multiple lenses here and we can get a fairly wide shot. And honestly, that's really slick, getting those nice wide shots that I can show myself, plus what I want to show in the background around me. So when it comes to the lenses, I think the iPhone wins on that respect, simply because I got more variations. One with a little more tighter shot, and one where I can actually expand it and see more of my surroundings around me. So in that respect, I think the iPhone 12 Pro Max wins hands down. So one of the cameras I'm using the most these days is definitely the ZV-1. I'm still using this for most of my vlogs. I like the small form factor. I think that this camera is doing a really good job holding up against my a7R IVs when it comes to video. Yeah, I know some of you out there are going, what? But no, it does a great job.
in a lot of situations for me. And again, it's compact. I can just put this in my bag and go. I would never use this again for high-end professional work, but your shorter social media type videos, this is a great camera to use. One of the things I really like is the defocusing feature on this. That defocus is actually using physics. We are actually using the aperture of this lens to defocus the back and make me a little bit more sharp in the front and blur me out from the back. So again, it puts more emphasis on your subject when you're taking videos. Another feature I love too is a product showcase. I do a lot of product showcases when I'm in restaurants or I'm with clients, and the product showcase feature is great. Most cameras will focus on the human face. This bad boy actually is smart enough and says, whoops, there's something in front of the lens, I'm gonna focus on that, and does a great job. I've used it multiple times in my videos to show off product, food, whatever, to my clients and to the folks who are actually watching my vlogs. So in that respect, I still like the ZV-1, but I will be using the iPhone 12 Pro Max when it comes for B-roll. If I need some great B-roll footage and I just want to get it quickly, this guy's a bad boy for that. I personally won't be using this to film vlogs other than B-roll. I think it makes some great B-roll footage for the background, and I would use the B-roll in pretty much any of my videos. But for the main camera for my vlogs, I'll be sticking with the Sony ZV-1. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Which one came out on top? I mean, obviously everyone has their own opinion. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. Tell me which footage you think is the best. Tell me which one you think has some features that I may be missing, because hey, I don't know everything on these cameras, but there may be something I'm missing. I'd love to hear that down below, and I'll definitely check it out if it's a feature that I'm missing and let you know as well. But for now, that's about all I have on our videos. We really appreciate you guys checking out the videos. If you like this content, if you like what we're doing here, again, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and we will see you guys soon in our next video. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.